Thank you so much for staying tuned. If you just joined us, this is This Morning on ITV. You can call it TMI if you want to. You'll be right on point. Yes, it's a new year. Expectations are like right when people are talking about what they're expecting this year. Don't forget that this is the year many Nigerians have been waiting for, because it's time for them to go elect the leaders of their choice. You've seen some of our videos where you can see throngs of persons going out there to go get their PVC, get the situation whereby in some words, the overwhelming crowd, just too much for INEC staff to contain or curtail. You get to hear about some persons going out there to get their PVC. Lo and behold, their names are not there. You get to hear also about complaints of a manpower shortage. You get to hear about so many things bedeviling the distribution of the PVC. I will tell the PVC, it is a no-no for you to go, exercise your franchise. The PVC is a primary factor, is a primary object, is a primary thing that you should be having to regard yourself as a complete or total electorate. Well, with me here in the studio to talk about this, I have Dr. Samson Isibo, PhD, a political analyst, a human rights activist, political affairs commentator, and of course, we're sharing his own opinion and thought in this particular discussion, expectations towards the election. Doc, welcome to TMI on this edition.
Good morning,
I appreciate you coming.
I greet you viewers. Happy New Year.
All right.
We thank God for making us to see this year.
Okay. And sitting very close to him, he is a vibrant youth mobilizer and entrepreneur, human rights activist, political analyst. Join me to welcome Eki Festus. Yes, because that Eki is so long. I have to stick to Eki. Welcome to TMI on this edition.
Good morning.
I appreciate you coming.
Good morning, viewers, and Happy New Year.
All right. We expected the likes of Honorable Desmond Ugbo. If you can make it to the studio, you see him also, you come share sort of opinion. And of course, Samuel Ehigato, Emmanuel Oboba, and Honorable Destiny will be coming around to tell us what they feel about the expectations and what they have in their mind towards the election. Let me start off with Dr. Samson Isibo. Less than 50 days to go, and Nigerians are clamoring to go collect their PVC, to go get their PVC, saying, give us our PVC because it is now or never. Take it up from there.
Well, as I've said, we thank God for giving us the opportunity to see this new year. It has been a long way, but we are gradually edging towards the election proper. Well, as you've rightly said, PVC is the most important thing for any person to be a voter, to be electorate. You must have your PVC, just like your passport, just like your identity card. Before you can go to any polling station, you must have your PVC. And now that they've asked us to go and collect our permanent PVC, but there are so many issues here and there, whether it is deliberate or no, I can't understand. Why will hundreds of people go to a particular place to collect their PVC? But the problem there is that you will only see one staff attending to more than hundreds of people, and they are so slow. So this thing is giving us a lot of concern. The people are agitating that, are they being frustrated, or are they being given a sort of impediment not to collect their PVC so that they may not exercise their voting right? So that is what we are experiencing now. The PVC thing is to collect it is not moving fast.
Not moving fast?
It's not moving fast at all. So we appeal to INEC authority to do something about it. Put more staff so that this thing will, everybody has his own discipline areas. You cannot just tie me down for a whole day because I want to collect my permanent voter's card. You should put at least up to 4 or 5 people to be there to give this thing to the owners. So that is the major thing there now.
All right, first, over to you. You said it's too slow. Talking about certain agenda for the general elections, expectations for the year 2023. Take it up from there.
The truth of the matter
We're
is,
starting off with the PVC collection.
I guess we are there already.
Yes.
And be it slow or not, collection is being done. Yesterday, I took our time to visit some collection centers. And I found out that for my own local government, collection is going on smoothly. Although there are little problems, and those problems are emanating from people that are transferred. And I guess that's where some politicians mix it. Less than 6 months to election, you are transferring from one unit to another, which is, you are not a good politician at all. So for the collection of PVC, the collection is going on smoothly. I visited some primary schools yesterday, like even via Northeast, you go show the primary school. I saw the collection was going on smoothly there. We got to Welu Primary School, collection was going on smoothly there. So I don't think there is any need for alarm. We still have about 48 days to the election, and about 20 days or thereabout for the collection. So I guess that NEC will do the needful. Although the lapses we are seeing now is something that ought not to be seen, because what NEC does is they use staff who are temporary, ad hoc staff. They just use them for a while. They go, when it's time for election, they try to recruit others. If you want to make the electoral process more smooth and easy, registration of capable voters should be always, not you put a time span. Let's come and register for 2 months, after which your voters can come and know. If you are 18 today, you should be able to go to annex server or go to the nearest annex office and register. So that's where all these problems are coming from. You are expecting an annex to give cards to more than 1 million, 2 million, 3, 4, 5 million people in less than 1 year. So it's not going to be something that is going to be easy. Now, there are going to be problems. Some person will tell you, my name was not spelled with this, that, this, that. A lot of problems will be coming. Someone I expect to be in Unit 4, I'll be taken to Unit 5. Yesterday, a friend came and said, I'm not in Unit 21, I used to be in Unit 2. I said, do you transfer here? Where? He said, I was supposed to go to Unit 18. I said, okay, no problem. You have PVC at or just BA. But if this thing was done concurrently, there should be a continuous registration, not the one you fix a time. If I'm 18 today and I want to register, I just go there, register. In the nearest of time, my card will be out. So all this problem would have been done. But for now, for my local government, local government, the collection is going on smooth. I'm not sure there's any problem there.
You're speaking for yourself, for your local government, because
I've
seen persons in those same local governments complaining.
Yes, those that are complaining, ask them their complaint. They were mainly from those that transferred. And that's where they are getting the issue. That, like what I said before, you are transferring from Unit 1 to Unit 3. And it's just less than 2 weeks to election. So what they do to some is they do random, they created a lot of units. I don't know, I guess you know that. They created a lot of units. So what they does is, I guess they use their own thinking or ideology to create a random distribution of people to units. That's where the major problems are coming from. Not like people are not getting the PVC at all. You are supposed to be in Unit 1, but now you're in Unit 2. You are supposed to be in Unit 3, now you're in Unit 4. So those are the major problems that are coming in. Not like you go there, no PVC for you.
All right. Now, Obanacho, you heard me said it's going on smoothly. That is because of transfer and creation of new units. Take it up from there.
I do not agree with him. Firstly, he was accusing politicians of manipulating. What concerns politicians there? It is the job of INEC. Are the politicians the one registering or giving out a PVC? No. It is the work of the INEC, whether they put ad hoc staff or their own staff. It is their job. That's what they are there for. So what concerns politicians is talking about. And again, maybe his polling unit is where he went and he found that maybe they are doing some skeletal or something there. But where, I have friends and associates all over the state. I've been getting feedback from them. You have to say to say the truth. The thing is not moving as it's supposed to be. Complain every day. Go there, you will see hundreds of people sitting around with only one staff, either in Benin here or at other local government around the local governments in the state. So the thing is not moving. So we are appealing because the success of this exercise is our own success. So we don't want anything that will cause any hiccups, whereas a voter is supposed to collect his PVC and they give a time lag. I think the thing will end around 2 weeks time or so. So after that now, you cannot collect again. You cannot see any next staff. I said the thing is not moving fast even as at yesterday. Not up to 30% have collected their PVC. I'm telling you. So
not up to 30%.
Not up to 30%. Let them challenge me. They've not collected. I move around and I got feedback from the local government areas.
Actually, you said not up to 30% because you get to see what Don General did also in the program. Was when he went to polling units in a particular ward. You get to see the crowd, complaints upon complaints, many of them frustrated. Over to you, Festus.
I guess this is the first time we are seeing a collection of PVC before an election. In the previous election, they will tell you 1 year to we are not going to register voters, let alone give them a permanent voters card. Kudos should be given to the INEC for that. Like what I said, they have their shortcomings and they will address it. Festus Okoye was on Channels Television, I guess on 3 days back, was trying to address the nation about the issue of PVC collection. And I listened to him carefully. Now, the issue is very simple. People still have about 2 weeks for collections. So what the rush? If in
would that 2 weeks be enough to really contain the numbers?
Like what he said, if in less than 1 week, 30% have collected. So meaning there is still time for another group of people to collect. Now, if everybody rush down to the collection center, I want to collect, it's going to be a lot of problem for those giving it out. And it's not something you just go there, they just give you. There are processes. You have to check your numbers, enter it to the computer before they can give you your permanent voter's card. So I believe it's time for Nigerians to be more patient. We should be patient. What we should be thinking of, if after the time frame, there are still PVC that are yet to be collected, then there should be a move for INEC to extend the time. The collection just started. What the rush for? Like what my father here said, I have never indicted the position. What I said is, as a politician, you ought not to transfer. The election was too close, and you are transferring from your unit to another unit because you want to oversee the unit. New units were created. There are young politicians. Give them the affair there if they are in your party. But you not see one good old politician telling you, no, I want to be in charge of that unit. Then you not transfer from your unit 3 to the new unit, which is 24, and now you are in unit 28, you are crying. So, for the collection,
yes,
the collection for now is going on smoothly. The reason why I said it's going on smoothly is we have not seen a lot of people coming out to say, I was there, I did not see my name. I registered and they did not give me. Even if there have been incidents like that, it's very minute.
Minute?
Yes, even if there are incidents like this, very minute. What they have been telling is, you go, come back, let the crowd here reduce.
Okay.
So can I attend to you?
All right. Well, if you just joined us, this is this morning on ITV, expectations for the year 2023. And we are taking a look at an agenda for the general election. We're starting up the discussion with the PVC collection. You get to hear about so many issues emanating in the process. How do you think this can be covered? We want to go for a break. When we return, we'll talk some more on this particular discussion. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
TMI, every opinion counts.
Thank you so much for staying tuned. If you just joined us, this is TMI. You can call it this morning on ITV. We're taking a look at expectations for the year 2023. Zooming in on a certain agenda for the general elections. We're starting off the discussion with the PVC collection process. Just joining us right now in the studio, he is a legal practitioner, a political analyst, political affairs commentator, and is also an Islamic scholar. Join me to welcome, excuse me, Barrister Alao Amin. Welcome to TMI. So this edition.
Thank
I appreciate your
Good
coming.
morning, viewers.
So, both of them will share their opinions and, of course, views on PVC collections. I mean, I believe that you might have heard stories or even encountered one of these things happening in various wards in Edo State. You have friends also that might have, encountered one or two things, and they'll love to, share their opinions and views. Take a look at the PVC collection, the process. What do you feel about it?
The process of PVC collection, it depends on the umpire, the electoral umpire, the INEC, and then the voters as well. This election, many people are really ready to participate effectively in the voting exercise. But unfortunately, before that determination, some had not taken it seriously to be voting. They will say, whoever is there, we don't care. So some have been negligent on not going forward to ensure that they have their PVC. So at the particular time now, it became dawn on them that, oh, we need to really participate in this vote. That explains why many voters are now ready to collect their PVCs. And now, apart from those who have been negligent in the past, not wanting to collect their PVC, we wonder why should there be so many volumes of PVC uncollected, unclaimed, when people are alive, they are not dead. Why? So that shows the attitude of Nigerians that whoever, some believe that their votes don't count, that they will put whoever they like there. But some believe that it is better you vote and then try to protect your vote. So, but the awareness is now on the increase. Many people are aspiring to participate in the
process
exercise. Now, apart from that, we have those who are attaining the age of 18. Today, somebody becomes 18. The election is in February. Am I not entitled to participate in the vote? So that explains why there shouldn't be actually a closure of the door to ensuring that PVC collection, PVC restriction, PVC production continues until the election, so that many Nigerians are not disenfranchised. So we appeal to those who have not collected their PVC to try to go forward to collect their PVC, and they will also appeal to INEC to ensure that the process of collecting the PVC is such that it will be easy for those who intend to collect their PVC.
Easy. They should go out there to collect. But complaints still abound. Let's see how this will rectify. Now let's come down to the political terrain. The APC, the PDP, the Labour Party, the Zenith Labour Party, the AA, the NNPP, you just name it, they are all gearing up for the election. Take a look at the atmosphere. What do you feel about it? Because it's less than 50 days to go. Doctor.
Thank you very much. We thank God that this new dispensation is better than the past ones. Why I said this is that one, there is a free atmosphere for every parties to campaign. There is no any impediment. The only impediment we have is that some governments, they refuse opposition to place their posters or their billboards to the public, only their own. You see, that is the only impediment. But to campaign, there is a free atmosphere. Nobody inhibits anybody. And the only thing again is the name calling. Instead for each party or candidate to go for the issues that germane, that affect the populace, what they want to do if they get there. Instead, oh, this one is shaking hand. He said he's not straight. It's a cocaine something. That is not the issue. The main issue is campaign. Bring your manifesto and let the populace see, or the electorate determines who has a better program for the masses. That is what is happening. But generally, the atmosphere is good. as we are progressing towards the election, everything is still okay.
Over to you, President. Everything is okay. Take a look at the atmosphere, the polity. I mean, what do you feel about it?
Like what our father here said, the atmosphere has been very friendly and will keep unfriendly. I guess one was in Oshogbo, one was in Akure. That's to tell you how friendly the atmosphere has been. It's going to be one of the best elections Nigeria will be having. Reason because there is a lot of changes, there's a lot of development. Before now, one can sit and tell you, you see, this election is going to go like this. There are a lot of fears. If you check all the major contenders, no one has come out to tell you I will win. Saying it authoritatively. So the atmosphere for the 2023 election is okay. Like what we have said before, for the collection of the PVC, people should actually do the needful. They should have the patience. Those that want to vote should actually have the patience to collect their own. If peradventure the registration center collection stop, they can go to their local government till the 22nd of this month to see collect their PVC. If you check presently, the name calling, like what some persons don't know in politics is this: the more you attack me, the more I become popular. So if you are coming up to tell me Baba way they shake, it's okay. And people are not saying Baba way they shake, campaigning all over the country. So you are making that same man popular. You will come to your state and campaign, and this man is no longer checking like that. Instead of you to sit down and strategize how you are going to win your election, you go back to see how you strategize to demean this man, to reduce his personality. The more you do that, there are persons that never knew him before. Who be this one where they say Baba way they shake? Make us go know. You get to see that this man is not shaking. Not every person are dummies. Not every human will just accept facts without thinking. Some of us are critical thinkers. You said this man is shaking, this man is so, this man is this. Is this man actually not fit? How come he's campaigning from one state to another? I don't know if you are getting me. Now you are telling me this man is a liar. Has this lie actually done him harm? So critical thinkers will always come and ask questions to themselves. Only fool will accept that this man is a fool and see him as a fool. If you are not a fool, someone will not come and tell you this man is a fool and you see that man as a fool. So for us to actually have a good gauge, I think it is our time all the contenders come out to tell us this is what I will do. I'm not going to a podium to tell me you vote for me. Don't vote for this man because he's so. Don't vote for this man because he's not from South Side. No. Go there, tell us this is what you want to do. This is who I am. This is what I've done before. Give us your antecedents and tell us what the future is going to be with you. If we are going to do that, I guess the election is going to be very, very good for everybody.
Over to you, Alhaji. It's all about the polity. Both of them agree to the fact that it's calm and it's conducive. It might just be the best election we'll be having in this country.
In fact, if we look at the candidates that we have on ground, we are having presidential candidates from the different parts of the country. We are having from the north. We are having from the southwest. We are having from the southeast. Unlike before, when it will be arranged. This time around, let the presidential ticket go to the north, or let it go to the south. It is not like that this time around. And apart from that, it also cuts across religious divides. And you can see at a particular time, religious clerics came out to condemn Muslim ticket by a particular party. But now it appears that people belong to different parties. Muslims and Christians are in APC, Muslims and Christians are in PDP, they are in NPP, they are in Labour Party, they are in all the parties. So as a cleric, limit yourself to pray to God to give us a good leader. You should not mislead the worshippers. And then on ethnic grounds, you can no longer go by ethnicity, because all these parties you are talking about, you have northerners, southerners, midwesterners in all these other parties. So ethnicity is also downplayed. Now, the only problem we have now, as far as I'm concerned, is Satan. Because
Satan in politics.
Satan, yes.
Okay.
Of course. You see, we have, up till now, we still have good people in the country more than the evil ones. Whether you like it or not, you still have good people more than the evil ones. But because of the role of Satan, that makes it appear as if we are all evil. No. You see, you will see a particular person aspiring to public office with the intention, sincere intention, let me go and serve my people. But when he comes there and sit down there, Satan comes and says, what do you want to do? What do you serve? You cannot serve. You can see influence, negative influence, even from members of the family, who will derail that particular person, and you see him doing otherwise. That is influence of Satan. You see a woman who is loyal to her husband. She never wanted to commit adultery. But with influence of Satan, when she's tempted with money, she commits adultery and starts regretting. So that is influence of Satan. So we need to be prayerful against the influence of Satan in this coming election. Now, we should actually focus on whoever Almighty God will decree to win the election, because that has been decreed by Almighty God and nobody can change it. But at the same time, let every political party try their best, campaign and try your best. But if at the end of the day your party loses the election, there should be spirit of sportsmanship. So be having the mind that, okay, I'm likely to win and I may also lose. So that if eventually you lose, you will not try to set the country ablaze. Because the news of the result of the election will be received by Nigerians with different feelings, just like news of pregnancy. When the people are told your wife is pregnant, is happy. When someone are told that girl is pregnant for you, is sad because he never wanted that pregnancy. So that will be what will happen when the result is announced. So everybody should be prepared. It is not a do or die affair. Be prayerful to God. It's possible that that person you are supporting, if he comes in, the country will be set ablaze. And it's possible that that person you are opposing, if he comes in, he will be the best president. So as we are planning, we also be praying so that at the end of the day, we will not be having regrets in this coming election.
All right, now we take a look at some other states in the federation. You are saying that everywhere is calm. If you go to Imo State, there's been an attack on the INEC installations. You go to the north also, in some parts of the country, get to hear INEC complaining that it's like in 11 state plus, the kind of things that they are seeing may just be a threat to the general election. So what do you feel about the reports?
Well, those ones you are talking about are isolated cases and can be taken care of.
Isolated cases?
Yes. What I mean by that is, one, those people attacking this and that, they are separatists, self-determination people. But the government refused to listen to them, dialogue with them. And they have to use what they have. Not that I'm supporting them, but those people attacking, in fact, that is their weapon. And they are calling the government to either accede to their request or dialogue with them. There's something beyond dialogue, and they can calm down. See, you are talking of this. It has been a fundamental issue and can be tackled. Nothing can be done. You will appeal to them, call them to a round table talk, and they will, I think, they will restrain from doing that sort of evil works. So, INEC cried that, oh, this part of the country that is doing, can they even campaign there? There's one presidential candidate comes from that place, has not even been able to campaign there, because those people, they are what they are demanding for, the government has not even answered them or talked to them. So they are still using that force to call the government, and that is the best thing. I will call on the president to call these people to a round table talk. Not only here, but even in Southwest. Those people are peaceful, but they have their own ground, something they are doing. So all these things, you don't need to close your ear to them. Call them, dialogue with them. I think everything will come to normalcy.
All right, you said these are isolated cases. How true is that? Because talking about 11 states as mentioned by INEC that are having issues because of their installations being attacked. He said the mere dialogue will solve the issue. Festus?
I guess when Papa said isolated cases, I guess it's right to an extent. But for me, if I am to fault the people, the reason for those issues, I have to look down to the state governors. I saw the Imo state governor yesterday, went to see the president and he was talking. I just chuckled when I see the man. You see, I guess I've said this thing time without number in this station. The number one problem of Nigeria is not just the presidency. The state executives, the governors, they are the problem. You are in charge of security in your state. This is the same state you collect security votes every month. Now, there are issues that has to do with security of lives and property. The way the president is sworn to protect lives and property, that's the same way the governors did. Now, what have they done to actually see that these lives and property are being saved? We're told that all crime is local. If in Borno State, Zulum could authoritatively say, we are 90% ready for the election.
90% ready. People are like saying that is not true. Some are saying it's not possible. He
said it. He's the governor.
But the governor said it.
He is the number one citizen. He's in charge. He said we are 90% ready. Now, a governor of Imo State is telling us that there are issues. At times, some persons should be ashamed to come and say some things to the public. You are in charge. Take drastic actions. Now, on the 25th of December, last year, I was here and I said, the governor have not done, if we're going to give him 1 to 10, checklist, maybe we're going to take 1 to 3. The issue of security, good or bad, is an improvement in Edo State. Even if we think the local vigilante are not doing well to standard, but they've been able to bring normalcy to our society. So even if we're going to tell you Governor Maseki is bad, is this, you get to a place, you get to some sector in the society and say, okay, a turn for him. Now, as a governor, you don't collect security for to go entertain your people or to start sharing it. You should work for it. So for the governors to come and be telling us they can't election night or these issues of these, they are killing in my area, no. They should be ashamed of themselves. They should go back to the root, check why there are problems. Now, we'll see. There are governors in this state. You know what they do? Wish hunt. They wish hunt their opponent. And whenever you start wish hunting some politician, what they do is they now bring out people that will give you problems as a governor. So instead of you to develop your state, you are wish hunting politicians. So you are going to have problems.
Alhaji, I know you have so much to say, Doc. Just take notes of what he said. I want to react to. It's over to you. Because Zulum, for what he rightly said, he said they are 90% ready. Because we get to talk about insurgents in Borno State, people are saying that that's supposed to be the heart, but right now the government was able to bring it down for him to come out and tell the nation that election must hold in that state because he's sure, 90% sure, that it will happen because of security have been put in place. Coming out to Imo State, the story seems to be different. The Anambra State is different. Why is it so? And you are saying that everybody is calm and cool. Take it up from there.
Thank you very much. You see, if we follow what has been happening in the country, we are getting the truth from those parts of the country. We need not be told by the Borno State governor that there is improvement in the security of that particular state. Before now, always hearing stories of kidnapping in parts of the north at a particular time, bombing here and there. And in recent time, we also heard of the threat to Abuja. But because security agencies, I believe they woke up to responsibilities, we have not heard of any of such threat coming to pass. Now, coming to Imo State, we also know why. We have those who are agitating for Biafra. They are saying, as far as we are concerned, we are not interested in Nigeria. And you want to conduct an election now, not for Biafra, for Nigeria. They are saying they are not interested in Nigeria. The luck we have is that from those parts of the country, we have governors, we have citizens who are still loyal to Nigeria. it is not all that have said we are tired of Nigeria. And that explains why. Those we can refer to now as disgruntled elements. As far
disgruntled elements?
Yes. You can refer to as disgruntled elements. As far as they are concerned, they will try to do their possible best to ensure that they disrupt the process of electing a president in 2023. And for the governor to cry out, I'm having challenges. There's nothing bad in that. It's better you cry out so that you can get help than to pretend as if all is well. And at the end of the day, there will be no election in that part of the country. It's better to cry out. If you can handle it, fine. But if you cannot handle it, it's better you cry out so that you can be assisted with the federal might. And then all of us should try our possible best to also be prayerful. With prayers, most of the things that cannot be done physically are possible. With prayers, most of the things that cannot really do physically are possible. You just be surprised that the people saying there will be no election, you have a change of mind and said, oh, let us allow this election to go at a particular meeting. And then you see there will be calm. So we are hoping that before the February election, the day of the election, the day of the election in February, we will have security in most of the parts of the country, so the election can be a successful one.
All right, over to you.
Yes, thank you very much. I want to react to my young man. In as much I agree with him from some aspects, but when he mentioned that there is peace in Edo State, I beg to disagree. As at yesterday, kidnappers were still picking people like fowl along Odigi, Obarere Road.
If you say like foul, you're exaggerating. We have incidents of kidnapping, yes, but we should not exaggerate.
Okay, I do not say foul.
Yes, we should not, please, let's not exaggerate, please.
They carry me
yes, there are pockets of incidents, please, let's not, okay.
Thank you very much.
All right.
But it took place yesterday. The kidnappers kidnapped about 5 people yesterday. Last week, at the same Odigi, they killed one farmer there. Go to Agbo Road, and in fact, all around those states. Why are you saying that there is peace in the?
But at least the security agents, they are working.
Thank you very much. Who are the security?
But they are working.
The one the
police, the military vigilante, they are all working together.
Wait, the so-called Edo network. What are they doing? Have they been able to go to inside bush? Instead, we see them at what they call them parties. And again, we've been shouting, calling on our governor, Governor Obaseki, to set up an institution like Amotekun in the southwest. See the way they are performing wonders over there. That's why we are having more challenges in our Edo State here, because those people from that were driven away from neighboring borders, they ran to Edo State because it's very conducive for them, no challenges. You are talking of some incidences, but I'm telling you, our governor has been collecting 800 million for security votes.
You are not sure of the certain amount, doctor,
that is meant for.
Doctor, this is where I put my foot down. You understand it? Security votes, yes, the amount you're not sure. Moreover, we have.
I'm sure.
And moreover, we have, segments, agents put in place by the government to really take care of this.
Who are the agents?
We have the police, we have the military, we have the vigilante. They are doing what they can.
Can the police go inside the bush?
All right.
Can the army go inside bush? Or the vigilante people? We want a fundamentally set up agency that is empowered and well funded to go inside the bush and drive away all these miscreants, herdsmen. You think we are happy about it? If it's only one single person they kidnap, is that good for the state?
Okay. And
our governor feels as if nothing is happening in the state. Many things are happening in the state.
He's not saying that. He's not saying that.
I cannot go to my village since last year now. This Christmas, New Year, I couldn't pass through that Odigi. Why? Because of my life.
Okay.
The fear of the herdsmen is the beginning of wisdom.
I will come back to you. Calm down. Watch your emotions, please. Watch your emotions. Well, he complained about some reports because I told him not to generalize. That foul comment is totally out of it. He said we have case of kidnapping. Of course, there's a report also about the train station kidnapping. It's all about the dailies. I mean, do you think this will have any impact in the election? Because I have just less than 50 days to go. Festus.
You see, when you are giving out grades in school, is a doctor. The doctor know what I'm talking about. Some people will have to fall F, some will be E, some will be D, some will be C. Then in the University of Ibadan, where I finished from, you have B plus, you have A, B, you have A and A plus. That'll tell you there are levels to things. Now, what I said was a compliment to the governor. I'm not a part of the People Democratic Party. I'm an APC member. But when you see a man trying to bring out initiative that has never been, because he actually ought or needs change, that man should be applauded. Now, for the issue of the security in Edo State, there has been an improvement compared to what it has been before. Now, the Edo State security network is in place. What they need to do in those areas is this. The youth should come together, go straight to the number one person in charge of the Edo State security network through the police in their locality, register their network. Then they cannot have their own personal security outfits. But when something like that is being done, it shouldn't be done. It should not be done on the ground of let's just do it to those we know, or it should favor some persons. No, like in the community where I am, I guess the one of Uwasota is being in process already. The security network. Now, if tomorrow the local government, okay, you cannot begin to function, we'll start in earnest. Now we are not having it, but the youth are up together. The Uwasota youth are trying to see that the lives and property of that locality is being secure. Whenever we have issue, we go to the nearest divisional police office, well, so that things can be sorted out. Now, it has never been like this, where you see a group of young men holding the day gun, trying to see that their community is safer. Before, if the policeman come and see you with a day gun, they will arrest you. Let alone you having a pump action gun to secure your community.
All right.
So, for the issue of security, there has been an improvement. But the reason why I have to bring that issue compared to state like the Anambra or the Imo state is that the governors have failed woefully in the issue of security. All crime is local, because the criminal will have to hide in a house within the locality. They will need local people to transport their tools before they can get to their destination. Now, permit me to say this word. The same Southeast is having a viable presidential candidate. Even the state he was a governor before, they are rancor. That's to tell you there is a lot of problem within them. So let's leave the issue of the IPOB and whatever. I don't think any person will come up in this state today and say, because we want to have a sovereign state or a sovereign nation for ourselves, we're going to start a movement. In those states, it's not going to work.
All right. Alhaji, security situation and the election, that's what we'll just delve into, because it's all about setting an agenda for us to have a smooth election.
You see, it's very unfortunate the country we have found ourselves. We have found ourselves now in Nigeria, a country where one's head can be sold for as little as 20,000 naira. And the heart sold for 50,000 naira and the legs sold for 30,000 naira. These are all that has happened to some people. It is very unfortunate. How did we find ourselves where we are? Who is to blame? You see, we keep pointing accusing fingers to others, to those in government. How about places of worship? People no longer preach eternal salvation, but material salvation. And what has it led us to? We are battling with the internet fraudsters that we called Yahoo Yahoo. From there, they graduated to Yahoo Plus, that they now add rituals to the Yahoo. We have the kidnappers, you have the thieves, you have the armed robbers, and then each category of criminal Just like everyone believes that he's innocent, believes that he's not doing much. The lady who dresses nakedly on the streets believes that what have I done? The man who consumes intoxicants, he says, oh, this is the only thing I do. The man who takes cocaine, marijuana, believes that he has done nothing much. So when the thief steals, he say, okay, if he's caught, he say, I'm only a thief. I'm not. I did not rob him. I only stole from him. And if you catch the armed robber, you say, oh, this is my first time. I've never done an operation before. Another one will say, I've gone on several operations, but I've never killed anybody. Justify what he has done. If you catch the kidnapper, he will say, oh, yes, I kidnapped her. I only raped her. I didn't collect ransom. Another will say, I collected ransom from her. I did not kill her. So everybody justifying the crime and the iniquity is committing. And so until all of us actually wake up to play our roles. I was hearing on the radio this morning that now some numbers will be given out. When you see anybody breaking the traffic light, record it and send it through WhatsApp to that particular number. So that it is not when those who are monitoring the traffic lights are there alone that you can beat and escape. When you travel to Europe and other countries, you don't try to beat traffic lights because you know you'll be caught. But in Nigeria, when nobody's around, you beat it. These are the minor sins we feel we are committing. So the summary is that the security challenges is overwhelming and everybody has been humbled. Traditional rulers have been kidnapped. Convoys of those in police offices have been attacked. Yeah. So nobody is really safe. And so where do we go from here? So those we really rely on to take us out of this quagmire, unfortunately, they are not doing what they ought to do. And they are focused on the religious clerics. It is time to let people know that this world is a place you'll be there for a little while. At the time, I am the greatest, Muhammad Ali is no more. Pelé of Brazil is no more. Michael Jackson, where is he today? Where are the billionaires? Where are the millionaires today? So the money you are craving for, where will it end you? In the grave. So we should learn to do one thing. Try to reverse the state that happened when you came to this world, before you leave the world. When you came to this world, what was the state? You were crying and people were jubilating. Make sure before you leave this world, you leave this world in such a way that you will be jubilating and people will be crying. All right. Jubilating because you have done well. Okay. The security challenges is very overwhelming.
Very overwhelming. Over now to you, Dr. If all agree that the situation is overwhelming, can you still say that the polity is calm? Because that seems to be the core of all this discussion. How can this thing be put in check? Because of this, as we are here right now, 11 states have been fingered. Because of what is going on down there, elections might be affected. Doc, how do we get out of this to summarize our points?
We can get out of it if we play our card properly. The government knows what they can do to stop all these infractions. Though my brother here was preaching, I agree with him, but preaching is not the one that is solve this problem. This is something that is physical, that is pinching us in the face. The government can do it. They have the will with that. Money is with them. As I've been talking when you were challenging me, when you are collecting 800 million every month, what did you use it for? To pay for your so-called network, which is weather vigilante. You can't pay them. You cannot buy vehicles for them. And of recent, I heard from the governor that he's going to give them what do you call it, motorcycles. It's okay. And 3 million for Christmas, each local government. But that one cannot do it. Plan your strategy well. Give them insurance, so that they will have the guts to follow, to go after those miscreants, kidnappers, armed robbers, thieves. You see, if we keep on saying, hey, yes, they will go. They won't go until when you do the right thing. That is what is happening on those. They have peace there. So that of IMO they are talking about is a national issue. It beyond the governor. The same thing that of the Borno is a national issue beyond the governor. Let the presidency, the federal authority come to their aid and solve it. And our own state is something that can be solved permanently if the governor did the right thing at the right time.
Thank you so much, Doc. Festus, your last line.
I want to say there are crimes in every country, but the mode and method of addressing those crime matters a lot. In our country, you see many dead people around. Like what you just said, kidnapping happened yesterday. At the end of the day, maybe the police is able to rescue the kidnapped victim. There will not be a research to actually see that who were those that were in charge of those kidnapping, who are the kidnappers. You see a corpse lying on the street, no need for the police to search how come this corpse was, say, who killed this person? If we can wake up to our duties as a nation, first, local government, we are not even having. Then the governors, we are having them. So they should be at work. There should be institutions in all states that go to dig the reason for a crime. Who are those in charge? If we can do that, I guess we're going to have peace in our country.
All right. Thank you so much, Alhaji.
Everybody should ensure that they play their roles. We all have roles to play to ensure that we tackle the security challenges and to ensure that the coming election is one that will be successful. It's not enough to, at the end of the day, say the election was free, fair, and credible. That's always been the language. Meanwhile, we know that it was never free, fair, and credible. So let us try as much as possible. Those in authority, they should try their utmost best to ensure that they secure the lives and properties of the people. This is one of their primary assignments. And they follow us to pray for your leaders and let us wish for the best.
All right. Thank you so much, gentlemen. We'll have yet another sort of panelists to call throw more light on this. They brought one important factor at the beginning of the discussion. They said, look, everything is calm until we're deep into the security situation. We just got to realize that we are saying that things are calm, but we need to do more for us to have a peaceful election. Yes, Zulum, the governor of Borno State, came out to tell the world and Nigerians that he is 90% sure, with all confidence, that the election will hold because we're able to put security in place. But Alhaji Alao said, look, it is wrong for you to pretend if there are issues and you're saying that there are no issues. Why not cry out like what the governor of Imo State did? They said, look, come help us out. We are not having this under control yet, but let's take the governor for his word and let's just see if all will happen. Less than 50 days to go. Have you gotten your PVC? Anyway, we'll be right back to talk some more on this discussion. Gentlemen, once more, appreciate you. We'll be right back. Don't go away.